Kyle Richards and Mauricio Umansky are opening up about the possibility of them reuniting for good. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member and the real estate agent had been married for 27 years before they separated in October 2023. Mauricio spoke with The Mirror on November 29th, where he didn't rule out the possibility of reuniting with his estranged wife in the future as they navigate their divorce. "Who knows? I have no idea what my story is," he admitted. "Currently, I'm taking it one day at a time," he added. "I'm moving a day at a time. I'm enjoying my life today, and whatever happens in the future will happen in its own time." Kyle, however, has been more coy about addressing the possibility of getting back together with Mauricio. The Mom of Four appeared on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen on Thursday, December 4th, where Kyle played a game of agree or disagree. WWHL host Andy Cohen asked Kyle to agree or disagree with the following statement: "Kyle and Mauricio will get back together someday." But Kyle refused to respond. "I'm not voting on that," she stated. In his interview with The Mirror, Mauricio continued, admitting that he doesn't want to end their chapter together just yet. "We don't close any doors," he explained. "You never say never. Never. You never know. She's amazing. She's my life partner, and that's the bottom line. And we've been married. We were both married super young. I was 25 years old. We were together for 27 years of success. Who knows where this goes?" Mauricio Umansky reveals where he stands with Kyle Richards today. Although they are separated, Mauricio explained to the publication that he and Kyle are still close to this day. "I'm lucky enough to be best friends with Kyle and just a happy man," he said. He continued, admitting that he and Kyle remain a tight family as they work to co-parent their kids. "I don't think we stopped anything. I can tell you that one of the unique things about Kyle and I is that we have lived our life on and off screen for real. All of our lives have been real, and so we've never had to think about like, hey, we're now on screen, we're now off screen. What are we going to do? How are we going to act? What are we going to say? We've never had to go through that. It's always been real, and it's just who we are, so it's easy. We don't have to pretend. It just is what it is." Kyle Richards opens up about her family life with Mauricio Umansky now. When speaking to B&B, Kyle shared how she and Mauricio are navigating their life as co-parents. "Co-parenting is great, you know? We have so much respect for each other and so much love for our kids and for our family. So that makes it easy to get along because, we put our family and our children first and foremost. And things are good, Mauricio's words lingered long after the interviews aired, circulating through social media channels, fan accounts, and dinner table conversations among people who had never met either of them. For Kyle, though, the noise outside her home was nothing compared to the quieter, more complicated sound inside her chest, a mix of nostalgia, uncertainty, and the faintest shimmer of hope she didn't dare articulate. The morning after her Watch What Happens Live appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, she sat at her kitchen island staring at a mug of coffee she had warmed twice but hadn't touched. The house felt different these days. Not empty exactly, her daughters were in and out with their own routines, but quieter in a way she wasn't used to. There had always been Mauricio's footsteps, his calls coming in from listings, the hum of his energy. Now there was a pause where that presence used to be. She scrolled her messages absently, though she knew what she was waiting for before the phone buzzed. "Mauricio, saw WWHL. Don't worry, you handled it well. Hope you slept okay. Kyle." Smiled before she could stop herself. They had a rhythm. Even now, when everything between them was suspended between past and future, they somehow remained tethered. She typed back, "You too, and thanks. Maybe we can talk later about the holiday stuff?" There was a small anxiety in her chest as she waited, but his response came almost instantly. Mauricio, "Of course, I'll stop by after lunch." That was how it was now. Scheduled, polite, intentional. Co-parenting had structure. Marriage had structure too, I suppose, but a different one. This new arrangement was familiar yet foreign, like walking through your own home and noticing the furniture had been moved 2 inches to the left. For Mauricio, driving to the house he once returned to every night still felt surreal. He pulled into the driveway, turned off the engine, and sat there an extra moment, gathering himself. Even separated, he found comfort in the sight of the garden he had planted with one of the girls on a long-ago weekend, its rosemary bushes still thriving despite occasional neglect. He knocked, another reminder that things had changed, and she opened the door with that same guarded warmth she had held onto for months now. "Hi," she said softly. "Hi," he echoed. "You look good. So do you." The air between them wasn't tense, just thick with everything unsaid. He followed her to the kitchen, where the scent of freshly baked banana bread hung in the air. "Portia made this before she left for school," Kyle explained, slicing 2 pieces. "She's been experimenting. Yesterday's batch was, well, let's just say she's learning." Mauricio laughed, grateful for the lightness. They sat across from each other the way they used to on lazy Sunday mornings, though now there were invisible bookends between them. "So, holidays," he began. "Right," Kyle pulled a notepad closer. "The girls want to do Christmas Eve here, they're used to that. Then maybe Christmas morning with me, and you could take them to your parents after brunch." He nodded. "That works. And New Year's? That's up to you. I know you might have plans." He looked at her for a long moment. "I'm not planning anything wild, Kyle. I don't feel like it this year." She looked down. "I get it." He could tell she did, and yet something flickered in her eyes. Recognition, maybe, or memory. They worked through the logistics easily enough. They always had been good at practical things. It was the emotional weight beneath them that made everything feel fragile. When the conversation slowed, Mauricio leaned back, exhaling. "I saw a headline this morning, people speculating about us after the interviews." Kyle rolled her eyes. "Of course, that's what everyone wants to talk about. I can't pick up a smoothie without someone whispering." He hesitated. "Does it bother you, the speculation?" "No," she said immediately, then paused. "Maybe a little, not because of the rumors themselves, but because I don't have answers. For them, for myself." Mauricio nodded. That he understood deeply. "Kyle," he said quietly, "I don't know what the future looks like either. I wasn't trying to hint at anything in that interview. I just didn't want to shut the door, not when I still care about you, about us." Her eyes lifted, meeting his. "I know." They held that gaze a moment longer than they normally allowed themselves. But then the sound of the front door opening broke the spell. "Mom," it was Sophia, "I forgot my—" "Oh, hi, Dad." "Hey, sweetie." The ease between father and daughter pushed Kyle's heart up and down at the same time. That was the part she clung to, the family they had created, the unconditional parts. Sophia grabbed her bag and left as quickly as she arrived, waving with a smile. Mauricio watched the door close behind her before he turned to Kyle again. "We did something right, with them." "We did a lot right," Kyle agreed quietly. He wasn't sure whether she meant their marriage or their children. Maybe both. Later that evening, Kyle found herself wandering the living room, turning on the Christmas lights she had hung the day before. The house glowed softly, and she sank onto the couch, pulling a blanket around her. Memories replayed uninvited. Mauricio wrestling tangled strands of lights, the kids giggling, the 2 of them sneaking kisses behind the tree. The quiet now felt heavier. Her phone buzzed again. "Mauricio, thanks for today. It felt good. Familiar. Hope you're okay." Kyle stared at the message, weighing her reply. Every word felt like stepping onto a thin branch.